Hello and welcome to Future Leaders of Philadelphia. I'm your host, Derek Sawyer. We bring you this show so we can highlight young people in our community along with local organizations who are striving to make Philadelphia a better place. Our focus is our community's next generation of leaders. Our guests today come from one of the country's largest and oldest community schools for arts Settlement. Settlement Music School started in South Philadelphia in 1908, but has grown to six locations throughout our region, providing thousands of lessons and activities each week. The mission is to provide quality music and art instruction to the children and adults, regardless of their age, background, ability, or economic circumstance. With financial and scholarships, Settlement provides more than $2 million in assistance each year to more than 60% of its students. Here to tell us more about Settlement Music School is Chief Executive Officer Helen Eaton and Director of Education Karen Ornstein. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're really happy to be here.
So Settlement Music School, tell us how it got started.
It got started out of the Settlement House movement, as you said, back in 1908.
Right.
We were a hub to welcome immigrants into the city and create a home away from home. And that mission is still true today. In fact, we say when you go to our founding branch, called the Mary Louise Curtis branch, you'll hear 10 different languages spoken on any given morning.
That's huge. And what made you decide to become part of the program?
Decide to
Become part of Settlement Music School.
I started in this field of community arts
Okay.
Over 20 years ago. Started off as a musician, and I was working in Chicago, and then actually just got a call from the search firm that the CEO position was open at Settlement. And you don't say no when the search firm calls you about a
true.
Settlement Music School position. And so that's what got me started in this incredible opportunity and this wonderful journey.
Karen, how about you?
I was actually a piano teacher at Settlement Music School. I taught at two of the branches, Germantown and the Camden branch, and I fell in love with community arts. And all I wanted to do was learn more and get more integrated into the system. And so then I became a branch director at the Winfield branch, and I even grew more immersed. And then about a year ago, I became director of education, and I'm never leaving community arts because of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I know you have to have some famous alumni. Tell us who some of those people are.
Yes, we do. Well, we love to share that Albert Einstein
Really?
was actually a student at the school as an adult and studied violin and came down on weekends from Princeton to play chamber music. Was also on the board. Chubby Checker, Questlove. Kevin Eubanks was just at the school a month ago giving a fabulous master class for our students. So we have a long history of great musicians and thinkers who have come through the school.
So it's not too late for me?
It is not too late for you. We're open to everybody.
All right, I always wanted to learn how to play the bass guitar, so.
Well, we would love to offer you lessons.
All
So
right,
we actually
I'm in.
have a pretty big adult student population.
Great.
It's about 10% of our students, and when you consider the size of the school, it's actually hundreds and hundreds of adult students. So we would welcome you.
Sounds like a plan. What type of people do you target?
We target everybody. So that's the essence of what a community school of the arts is that we're open to everybody. And we provide so much financial assistance that we make it affordable for families. We're enormously proud of that.
Yes.
We actually provide the most amount of financial aid of any community arts program in the nation. So we work very hard to create that opportunity.
Are there any specific requirements?
For a student to attend?
Yes, to get into the program.
We start them at 6 months, and
Wow.
we have students that are 99 years old. So the only requirement that we have is that you show up and you are engaged, and we'll do what we do, and it's a great partnership that way.
You have a website
We do.
you want to share with the people?
Absolutely. Well, it's settlementmusic.org.
You accept donations?
We do accept donations, so we're actually incredibly grateful to the community for all of the donations that we do receive, because we do have to raise all this money for
Right.
financial aid for our students, and we make such a big commitment to our families to make sure that no one is turned away because of their financial circumstance. So yes, we have a really wonderful board and fabulous staff members who work tirelessly at raising money for the school.
So if someone wants to donate, what do they do?
They would just go to our website or pick up the phone and call Settlement and let them know that they would like to make a donation.
What are some of the programs that you offer? So they're just one program, or there are various programs that you offer?
There are quite a number of programs. So as Karen mentioned, our youngest student is 6 months of age, so we have programs for parents and very young children. We have entire early childhood programs, including an arts integrated Head Start preschool program called Kaleidoscope. And then we offer every instrument. So students come to us if they're homeschooled during the day or on Saturdays. They come after school into the evening hours studying all instruments from piano to violin to guitar to drum set. Plus we have actually quite a large dance program as well.
Right.
So we really do have quite a variety of options to choose from.
So if you were talking to the audience, what would you say the reason why it's important to learn about art and music?
What would you say?
I think art and music, it builds a sense of ability to express your emotion. It's a way to learn how to connect with other people. It also does what a lot of things do, but it really enforces discipline, and it enforces this sense of confidence that students learn how to go through a process. They learn how to fix mistakes and move forward. They learn a whole sense of self-worth and growth that they kind of do in partnership with a teacher. And it's a safe place, so they can go in, they learn how to make mistakes, and then fix them. And
Right.
it's a really, really safe environment that we celebrate success of our students, and they know that it's all about them and what their needs are.
We're in the business of building confidence
Great.
in young people, as Karen said, that we really believe that we can transform lives and that we educate children through music. So because we are for everybody, the vast majority of our students don't actually go on to become professional musicians. If they do, we have a place for you.
Right.
But so many don't, and so many are just trying to find their way and build up that skill set so that they can be successful in life, and they do that through studying music and through settlement.
Do you have a success story you would like to share?
Oh, goodness.
I know you probably have a million of them, but
know.
just pick anyone.
A success story. I mean, I can talk about a success story to me.
Yes.
There was a student, it was when I was the Winfield branch director, and our students work very, very hard, and sometimes what people don't realize that actually stepping on stage and performing is extremely difficult.
Yes, it is.
And there was a student who had taken a long time to build up the confidence to step on stage. And this particular student went on stage and they were performing piano piece, and they started to stumble in the middle. And it's everybody's in the audience worst fear, it's the teacher's worst fear, because the student's up there by themselves.
Right, right.
And I was standing in the back and my heart was in my chest, I could feel it. And this student had such a skill set built up that they were able to work through the stumble, and they
Right.
kept going, and they fixed their problems in real live time. And to me, it was just pure joy for me that when they stood up, and they took their bow, the entire audience, everybody saw what happened, and we're so proud of that student. And to me, that kind of embodied what settlement is. It's
Yep.
that we are there for you, and the student did amazing because they worked through that problem. So that's a huge
That's
success
huge.
to me.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if a parent came to you and asked, what would the student get out of the program, what would you tell them?
About the program?
Yes, so this, I want to put my son or daughter through the program. What can they expect to learn or get out of the program? How would it benefit them?
You can expect to have a team of caring adults, first and foremost.
Very
You walk
important.
into the school,
Yeah.
you'll get to know the branch director, they're all music educators. They want to work with your family, they want to understand your family and what your child wants to learn, that we're going to tailor the curriculum, that we're going to tailor the child's experience to what it is they need to learn, that they will work with incredible faculty members. We have some of the finest faculty I've ever worked with in my career at Settlement, and they care deeply about their students. And we offer a lot of one-on-one instruction, and so often I say that in addition to a child's parent, this is the only other interaction they're going to have during the week, one-on-one with someone who's just tailoring everything that a child is learning according to what that child needs. And so that in and of itself is an incredible experience.
Right. So I haven't heard about the program. So how do you get the word out? How do you market your program?
So word of mouth is really powerful for our school. We definitely try to limit the resources in terms of kind of major advertising, and we
Right,
want to
right.
save those dollars to
Yes.
support the kids' financial
Yes,
aid.
right, right.
So I have to say that we're incredibly grateful that word of mouth is actually our most powerful way. We're enormously grateful to the School District of Philadelphia and all of the music teachers there who talk about our programming and know that this is a place to send their students to learn more. And we're grateful to our families,
Yeah.
and they're some of our most wonderful ambassadors for the school. So I think those are the primary ways. We also are working very hard on social media
Right, right.
and promoting the school on the website.
So you have a Twitter account,
Um,
Facebook?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So what do you see the future of Settlement Music School being?
So one of the things that we take really seriously is collaboration and the importance of working with our nonprofit partners, others who are in this field of supporting youth and arts education.
Right.
So we work really closely with the school district, with Philadelphia Youth Orchestra, with Musicopia, with other wonderful organizations around the city to support students. So I honestly see the future as really trying to leverage the knowledge, the expertise that's in the city of Philadelphia for the benefit of students,
Right,
and that's
right.
a primary focus of ours.
That's huge. I think the more partnerships and collaboration that you have makes your life a little bit easier. So what would you say is the biggest challenge then moving forward for you?
The biggest challenge, I would say, is to continue to get the word out
Yes.
that music education is possible for students. So often people ask me a question around, well, who do you consider your competition? I actually don't consider our competition our colleagues out in the field. I consider our competition the family that doesn't even know that
Got it.
studying music is possible for their
Right.
family. So we put a lot of resources behind that. That's what we really care about. We want to make sure that the message is sent loud and clear that Settlement Music School is here for your family.
That's huge. So any last parting words before we wrap up the segment?
Any last parting words? I would say that I'm delighted that you're going to hear from some of our students. We're enormously proud of our students. I'm very proud to work with wonderful colleagues at Settlement like Karen, and that it's a real privilege to lead this institution.
Well, thank you for coming on and sharing your experience. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
When we come back, we'll meet some students enrolled at Settlement Music School. Please stay with us.
Exposure to blue light can mess with your sleep and memory cycle, so make sure you limit your screen time at least 2 hours before you go to bed.
According to the Mayo Clinic, exercising has stress-busting benefits by bumping up your endorphins and improving your mood.
Welcome back to Future Leaders of Philadelphia. I'm your host, Derek Sawyer. Today, we're featuring students of Settlement Music School, a nonprofit focused on music and arts education for all their community members. In our first half, we met some of the administration leaders of the group. Now it's time to meet some of Settlement students. Please welcome Settlement alum Micah Graves and current students Carly Angelito and Michaela Cheney. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
How's everybody doing?
Good,
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So you already graduated from the program.
Yes, sir.
So you going to LaSalle now?
No, I go to Temple University.
Temple. Oh, could have went to LaSalle.
I know, I should have thought about it.
And what years are you two in?
I'm a junior.
Junior?
I'm a senior.
So you're both going to LaSalle. No pressure.
No.
So tell me how you got involved in the program.
I started singing when I was 8, doing in-home lessons with my vocal coach, Sharon Neff. And as I got older, she exposed me to Settlement, and I started at Settlement at 14.
So you always wanted to be a singer?
Mm.
Great.
Me, I started as a self-taught piano player, always playing in my room. My parents got me a keyboard one Christmas, and I fell in love from there. And my mom, she offered to go to Settlement, so we started there. And I started at Settlement when I was in 9th grade, so I was 14.
Great.
There.
I started at the age of 10 taking classical lessons with my neighbors, and I started at Settlement in 9th grade, and that's where I started from.
Great. So what are some of the programs you were involved with while you were at Settlement or involved in now?
I was given the opportunity to work with an outreach program called Project 440. It dealt with reaching out to students who don't have music programs in their school,
Right.
and really got to expose them to what music does for people.
And what does music do for people?
It creates an outlet and a way to express yourself.
Great.
Currently, I'm taking the jazz program, so I'm doing both ensembles for the advanced band with Tony Maselli at Settlement, and I'm taking piano lessons.
Great. Michael?
Well, while I was there, I studied with Tony Maselli as well in the advanced ensemble, and it was just a really cool experience being there, being in a place where you could just be yourself.
Right.
And
right.
coming from school, getting into academia, coming to a place where you could just work with other musicians and not trying to pretend.
Right.
It's a good place to be.
Nice. So what type of skills have you developed from going to Settlement?
When I first started singing, I was very shy and I kept to myself a lot. And through Settlement and performing at Settlement, I really grew as a person and I blossomed and came out of my shell.
Nice.
I would definitely say the same thing. Settlement, even though it's teaching how to become a better musician, it also teaches you how to become a better person and communication skills, social skills, being able to build up confidence, talking to people, and just being yourself when you play music and letting yourself show.
So how do you foresee yourself using those skills in the future?
They're really life skills that you can use with anything, whether it's with music or just social skills in general and dealing with people in everyday life.
Michael?
I would compare music to being on a team, like
Right.
a football team. I see you have a ring
That's
right
right.
there.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
When there's conflict, you confront it. When there's progress, you make a plan on how to approach it. And that's what being at Settlement's like. If you're working on a song and it's not going right, you
Right.
confront it and you work on individual progress through practicing and working on your own parts for it. So, yeah, I would say that.
What part of your experience do you value the most?
Creating.
Right, gotcha.
Being able to innovate and kind of create something on the spot that's like a whole nother lens to looking at music.
Yeah.
Settlement provides a very one-on-one feel, and you get to create a personal bond with your teachers and your coaches, which I really enjoy.
Great.
For me, I would say it's definitely a mixture of what both Mike and Carly said. You can really feel at home, and the teachers don't judge you, they don't yell in your face and things. Especially if you're going through something, something that is a bit hard for you to accomplish, you're taking a little bit, your teachers definitely help you get through that.
Yeah.
And it can help you in life, being able to overcome all kinds of obstacles, whether it's
Right.
music or anything, really.
So how do you see you using your experiences in the future? How do you see that taking you on to different aspects of your life and your future careers?
Over the summer, I got the chance to intern with Settlement,
Mhm.
so I got to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that goes on with a music facility, and I could possibly see myself pursuing something in like music business rather
Right.
than just performing.
Nice. Yep, a different aspect.
Hmm.
For me, I also would pursue the music business and have that other side, that other viewpoint,
Right.
other than just performing. I would also pursue writing music, creating music, that side of it, which I think Settlement gets me ready for in all kinds of perspectives, not just going out and performing and playing, but also being able to see like a more business side
Right.
of music.
Well, right now at Temple, I'm under the major of jazz piano performance,
Mhm.
but I can see myself mastering in film scoring after
Wow.
I finish this.
Multi-talented. Huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we talked about marketing on the other segment. Here's your chance to market the school. What would you tell anyone watching why they should come to Settlement Music School?
Settlement's such an incredible environment. They have an amazing staff that really makes you feel at home and creates personal connections for you. And they really give you opportunities that you can't find in your own schools or other places.
Right.
Definitely. I would say the same thing. I would say also for musicians, singers, even dancers that go to Settlement, if you're a person who also is looking to build your character, and especially when it comes in confidence, because performing, it takes a lot of courage. I think Settlement definitely helps to encourage their students to be able to have the confidence and courage to get up on stage in front of people and perform, whether it's 5 people, 50, 500
Right,
people.
right.
Settlement definitely gets people ready for that.
Great.
I would say for young children, this is a good place where you can just kind of be yourself,
Right.
and you're not worried about peers and them playing sports. You can just be yourself and work on what you want to work on. And this is a great place to do it at.
So did you always know that you wanted to be a musician, or like when did it hit you?
When I was really little, I used to just like put on shows and everything for my family. And as I got older, my parents kind of influenced me like, oh, maybe you should take lessons. And I really took that into mind, and I asked my mom, I was like, can I start vocal lessons? And
Right, right.
that's how it started.
Did you mimic any specific singer?
Anyone and everyone on the
Everybody?
radio.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For me personally, my family, even before I was born, they knew. My mom sings, so
Okay.
they would always say, oh yeah, you're gonna have a musician somewhere in there. But I actually started out as a dancer, and
Wow.
I thought I was gonna just go off the walls dancing and be a dancer for the rest of my life. But then I discovered music, playing it, and I really loved the piano. And so I just went off from there, and now I'm doing piano and singing, and it just changed somewhere in my life. But I definitely love it right now.
So did you have a favorite artist you mimic or anything?
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Michael
It was
Jackson?
crazy.
So
I
you
had
could
the
dance
glove
like-
and everything.
Oh,
We would do
okay.
the dances.
Nice. You can't go wrong with Michael
No,
Jackson.
no.
I knew music would be real for me when it stopped becoming a hobby and more of a passion.
Gotcha, yeah.
Practicing instead of 30 minutes became 3 hours. And
Mhm.
at that point, I realized I kind of want to do this for the rest of my life.
No favorite artist or person?
Stevie Wonder.
All right. That's huge. So, what would you say is the one thing you hope to accomplish? Like, we all have dreams and visions when we're young. I'm going to, like you said, I might want to be Michael Jackson or whatever, Michael Jordan. So, what is your greatest aspiration moving forward in life. So if you could have, the sky was the limit, nothing could stop you, what would it look like 20 years from now?
Mine would be just to be able to share my passion of music and really hopefully reach out to kids and other people and channel them into how great music can be to them.
Great.
My biggest aspiration is to share my music with the world. I want to play in small ensembles, big bands,
Right.
big orchestras, and just share my music with other people. I love to play music with other people. It's
Great.
different from when you're by yourself. It's
Yeah.
good, but it's something about playing with other people. I
Being
love doing
part of
that.
something bigger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's community.
Great. You?
I want to kind of create a new genre
Great.
of jazz.
Mm.
That would be sweet.
A lot of jazz today is a fusion of other
Yes.
mixtures of music, hip hop, gospel, jazz. I want to keep on going on that and keep that momentum going.
Great. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming on the show. I look forward to great things from you. I
Yes,
can
sir.
say, look, I
Thank
remember
you.
those guys before they were famous. So again, thank you and keep doing great things.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. I'd like to thank our guests from Settlement Music School. If you would like to find out more about this organization, please visit their website at settlementmusic.org. If you're I'm your host, Derek Sawyer. Thank you for watching Future Leaders in Philadelphia, where we believe investing in our youth is investing in our future.